I believe,
Partner, I need to know
in
where
Revenge
my
of the
final
Sith.
decision is.
Like, when that movie came out, like, I thought I hated Hayden Christensen. Like, I hated the actor because it was disgusting when he did, right? He pretty much killed a preschool class. It was horrible, disgusting. I didn't like it. Oh, hi. All right. But again, I had to be told by my mother that that was his mark as being a good actor, was that he was able to rise an emotion of disgust and generality of his role as an actor, right? And I had to sit with that. But after that, I understood. Like, he did an amazing job being a disgusting, selfish, degenerate, right? He was very good at that. And that's the mark of a good actor. All right. I don't need Yokon. All right. Where's this gonna take me? Oh, the boss arena, huh? Yeah. Okay. I don't need to be reminded what I'm fighting against.
I'm grateful. These are my own.
Really? All right. Fucking A, man. I really am sick of these enemies sometimes. Like, that one in particular is just have the most disgusting character design. I really could deal without that, you know? Alright. I gotta pick up the comic, switch the door, get the fuck out of here. that I got that out of the way, let's get this over with. I don't really care to see Shu die. I really don't. But I should be back at school, and I should be continuing on the way. Yeah, I'm gonna get chased.
Is that thing still
At least the
chasing me?
cinematic let me getting chased.
Well, maybe they had to get away from that thing.
Uh-huh. Alright, I can still use the kitchen knife. Halloween is coming up in a few days, so
Maybe they had no
all
choice
I have to worry
but to go
about
on
is...
without me. That has to be it.
Again, that's probably not it. You're deluding yourself. Your friends aren't nearly as good of people as you think they are. Renko has her set of issues with you, and Shu has his set of issues with you. Alright, let's see what I get. An Ima. Oh, okay. And then in the Edo period, Ibisu Gaoka witnessed another faith-changing event. The divine tree, the symbol of their religion, was struck by lightning and burnt down. By this time, the ideologies of Tsukumogami faith had taken root, and sacredness was now determined by the authenticity or by the antiquity of an object. The divine tree was not worshipped by subduing the water dragon. Instead, it was only due to the fact that it was the oldest object in the area. And so a new divine object was decided upon to take the tree's place. The next target of worship was the Inari statue. Before long, faith in the Inari statue itself developed, mixing with the Tsukumogami faith to create an amalgamation of beliefs completely unique to Ibisu Gaoka. To this effect, the mongrel Inari faith here in Ibisu Gaoka has almost no likeness to that practiced throughout the rest of Japan and boasts a pathetically superficial history. Even this changing of idols has been turned into some epic divine story by the priest. This is the nonsense I came up with. With the divine tree destroyed by lightning, the land lost its guardian, and the ancient evil water dragon attempts to rise from its slumber. Hearing the town's plight, a family of benevolent foxes traveled far from the west to subdue the dragon once more. The people's faith in them bolsters their power, but without enough power the dragon shall awaken again once more. So now they are convincing locals to devote themselves to the new god Inari-sama. Water Dragon, Divine Tree, Tsukumogami, and now Inari-sama, these pathetic people believing their faith has 1,000 years of history, yet it's been mutilated time and again to suit their petty needs. Man truly is a fickle beast. This dude's got some issues with faith, man. Like, that's probably the thing that is like a real problem with atheists is that, like, the problem with atheism, if I could be so bold as to give an opinion, the problem with atheism is that it presumes to know what's best. And that problem with presuming to know what's best is that it doesn't take into consideration how people might feel about something. And yes, while I do believe that particularly worshiping a fox or other things like a tree to be absurd, these people believe in it. And that belief in something is what gives it power. Like, I don't know, maybe it's less absurd than believing that some dude 2,000 years ago died on a cross and came back to defeat death, right? Might be less absurd. But then again, that's the key thing with faith, right? Is people believe in it despite knowing their better judgment, their better nature to be rational and pragmatic, right? Ah, it really hit me with an unblockable right there. I got problems, man. I really do. I know how to play the game, I forget how to play the game, and all sorts of bullshit I'm dealing with.
Shu knows more about the mountains than I do.
So yeah, I guess I can kind of see what's up this guy's butt about the Inari faith, right? Because it might be... Okay, how about this? At the point in which I would probably start believing that there in fact was a fox god was probably when my room started turning into a ecosystem for parasites and insects. That's probably when I would start believing otherwise, right? Because that's like an outrageous, absurd thing that happened, right, in the game. And like the Diary of Faith, right, or Revenge is what it's called. Because this dude's got his own personal problems with the people of the town because of how they treated his father and how his father died, and he didn't like the answer that they were giving as to why his father died. And they were like, "Oh, he died because he blasphemed against Inari-sama," and he started doing the exact same thing, right? He started blaspheming against their god, and that god was like, "Not in my house." Started taking issue with this guy in particular, and then Inari-sama was like, "I'm gonna run your fade, boy." Oh, got it. Cool. I really... I gotta wait, man. Alright, I'll take that. But yeah, at the which point my beliefs or certainty in atheism would probably be greatly diminished is when I was vomiting insects and blood and I wasn't able to hold food down. That's probably when I'd be like, maybe there's something greater than me that is currently overriding my basic human functions of self-preservation and to maintain a healthy diet. And on top of that, where did all these parasites come from? Where did these insects come from? Because I remember being the peak of health, and this ain't right what's happening. This ain't right. It's odd, to say the least. Dude, I don't even know why I bother with the toolkits, but I'm coming up on my 60 minutes, so I'll get to a... No, I can't. But I'll see you guys later all the same. Bye-bye.